Hey everybody, hope your day's going well. We are back with Rush, Free Will, an interesting topic that I've been exploring for the past 5, maybe 6 years. Listened to a lot of podcasts about it, read a few books about it. Robert Sapolsky has 2 great books about it, and listened to many of his lectures as well. And yeah, just it's been debated since debates have been invented, I believe. Free will, interesting topic. And there's the famous Christopher Hitchens quote, of course I have free will, I have no choice. And of course, you can make pro arguments for that statement and counter. There's many nuance to it. And yeah, man, it's just, I love to discuss it. And there's a plethora of things I can say. I've already said too much. And talking about books, I've been reading Ghostwriter by Neil Pearce. I'm only 2 chapters in. It started off heavy, of course. People will know, lost his daughter and his wife, and I love his prose, and it's clear that he loves to write prose. So yeah, I'm excited to continue with this book, and of course the Rush journey. So let's jump in. I have a choice now to click this button. Or just don't click the play button, do I? I guess I don't. The camera's on me. That's determinism, environmental determinism. Ooh. Yeah. Hey, man, the music came in, right? And I just noticed something about this album cover, but people were in the comments like, who changed this album cover? Apparently, probably the original was different, but I can see now here the small letters, it's the 40th anniversary album cover. So they probably re-released it then. 40th anniversary. That's pretty insane, right? Wow. Yo, there's some great lines in here. Again, beautiful, there are those who think that life is nothing left to chance, a host of holy horrors to direct our aimless dance. That's beautiful. And of course, and then, of course, a planet to playthings, we dance on the strings of power we cannot perceive. The stars aren't in the line of the gods are maligned. Blame is better to give than receive, which is so true, that last part. We also looking to blame outside forces. But, of course, free will, it's hard to debate free will because many people have different definitions of it. And then we're talking, but it's like trying to make a decision without genetic factors and without environmental factors. Can we do that? If that's the definition, I believe no. If that is the definition of free will, our prefrontal cortex can operate without genetic influences and without environmental influence, I don't believe it's possible because, of course, I can make a choice by sitting here in the camera and recording a video, but that is, of course, predetermined by all the other choices I made in my life. Subconsciously, but it's there. Ooh, yeah, I love this type of stuff. But then, of course, yes, which is funny though. What is ironic about, people that want to blame God, or God has a plan. That's a line that we've heard many times. And like, God has a plan for everybody. So meaning there's no free will, because I have a plan for everybody. So we'll blame it on that. But also those same people advocate free will, because if something bad happens in the world, if bad people do bad things, they say, well, God gave us free will, so that's the reason bad things happen on this planet. But didn't you just say God has a plan for everybody? How does that work? It's a little bit ironic there that the same people advocate those things. Like, is free will basically invented as a cop-out for God? I don't know. Great lines. You can choose from phantom fears and kindness that can kill. I love that line a lot too. Because basically, when in religion, are we just doing good things because we want to get into heaven or whatever the afterlife is? Is that why you're doing good things? Just because your fear of going to hell? Is the only thing why you don't, the reason why you don't kill anybody, because there's laws to prevent it, you know? That's a great line, dude. Ugh. All right, see, this is, these Rush reactions, man, that's insane. And just the way it's written too, it's beautiful. You can choose already a guide in some celestial voice. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Beautiful stuff.
I will choose a path that's clear. I will choose free will.
Woo. Hey man, that's a great track. I love that ending part. The music there, the bass line, the drums, the guitar. Yo. the- And I was just looking at this album cover, and I don't even know how many songs I did off this album. Maybe two, three, but it's unbelievable that these uh that's just on one album, right? Many bands would be happy with one song like this, or Natural Science, on their album Spirit of the Radio. But man, these guys span, like this is the 40th anniversary, and what I've been hearing, their discography is, vast to say the least. So yeah, man, that's impressive. That's impressive. Um, wait a second here. A couple of lines here. There are those who think that they were dealt a losing hand. The cards were stacked against them. They weren't born in Lotus land. Now, some people do get dealt a bad hand, based on their geography and all that stuff, That's the thing about free will, when you start, human beings have evolved. They didn't have the prefrontal cortex in the very early stages, right? And that takes religion out of the conversation. I want to debate free will without that part, just, on a scientific basis and a spiritual, philosophical basis, but leave religion out, because then I can't even talk about evolution. But yeah, so once we had the prefrontal cortex, I guess then we could start making decisions based on our environment, right? Instead of just genetics. And this is a very straightforward to boiled down thinking here, but that does mean when you're young, you start to interact with your, and every choice stacks informs the next one, right? I love this type of stuff, and I can already, many people have different views on this, and there can be debate about that, I know. But hey, let's keep it civil, guys. You have a choice. Because if not, that's great. That's a great line here too. All preordained, a prisoner in chains, a victim of a venomous fate. Just the way they used those extra syllables in there, it allows for like a real flowy way, the way you was singing it too. Kicked in the face, you can pray for a place in heaven's unearthly estate. That's a great description there. Yeah, that's what I said, we're going to do good just so we can have a place in heaven's unearthly estate. That doesn't seem right. Why not be kind just because it's better for everybody, for yourself too? Yeah, man, I love that. We're all preordained. We're all prisoner in chains, a victim of a venomous fate. Wow. Yeah, man, that opens up a lot of thought. And of course, I've been reading a lot about it. Sam Harris has a book about free will too. There's many things about it. It's such an interesting thing to think about, to debate, and there are really no clear answers, but it's a lot of fun just to do. And also this one, each of us a cell of awareness, imperfect and incomplete, genetic blends with uncertain ends on a fortune hunt that's far too fleet. Mr. Peart, you're a great writer. And I would have loved to sat down with you for a while, but I'm doing this with the book. It is like he taking me on a journey with that book. Just off topic of the song. He's on his motorcycle right now, accidentally did diesel in his motorcycle. Well, it needed to be gasoline. That sucks. But it's a cool book. It's a cool book, and it's a heavy opener, of course. But man, I'm looking forward to read the next few chapters and listen to the next songs of Rush. I'm enjoying it. Hope you're still with me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. And thanks for always watching and commenting, because that's free will at work there. Or not. Maybe not. Maybe you're compelled to. Peace.